I was down and I was depressed. I was in an extreme amount of pain. I couldn't even walk straight standing up. I would have to walk bent over.
Wouldn't even go swimming or nothing. I just stay home.
I've got a condition they call Charcot, which with some diabetics, I don't know if it's just type 2 or type 1 and 2, whatever, but it's a softening of the bones in the feet.
I've suffered from psoriasis since I've been 18, but yeah, basically in the last 10 years or so, it's just started progressively just getting worse, and nothing I could do to get under control. And like I said,
my father was laid off a couple of years ago, and then we've been paying for insurance up until the point where we weren't able to do that anymore.
I went through all the channels, social services, everybody, and everybody just denied me. I've been denied 3 times by everybody, Social Security. I've worked since I was 12, and they can't even help me out, when I got money coming.
Not being able to work, I've worked all my life, and not being able to work, I got depressed because I didn't have anything to look forward to in the morning.
My medicine costs anywhere between $4,000 and $6,000 a month. I have one pill that is $65, and I have to take 6 of them a day.
I felt like I really didn't want to do anything, just stayed at home because I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't feel good, just stayed at home.
Well, his condition was basically falling downhill. He got in real bad shape. One bottle of Novolog was $200 something. I don't make that kind of money.
I couldn't even open my own mail. I couldn't even look at my mail. I was just beyond myself because I couldn't get any kind of medical attention here.
I didn't know that I had Hodgkin's lymphoma until about 2 weeks ago, while I was chasing down symptoms since the beginning of the summer.
I've got diabetes. I haven't been able to take care of it. And all the doctors tell you, don't stop taking your medication. Well, if you can't get at least medication, it's over.
His legs are bothering him. He's having headaches, vomiting.
Well, sometimes they burn. Like it feels like my legs are, like my muscles are burning. And then sometimes I get like sharp shooting pains, and I just run up and down my legs. And then sometimes they start jerking, like muscle spasms and stuff, yeah.
Dr. Cully continued to work with me, no matter what it was I needed. As a very proud person who's always worked and taken care of myself, I felt kind of bad having to go and receive these services that I've never had to receive before. From the minute I walked in the door, the people behind the desk who make your appointments answer the phone, "Hi, how are you?" It was wonderful.
I was on my last week of medicine when I found Volunteers for Medicine, and they pushed through my application and everything and got me the medication I needed to be alive today.
Up to the diagnostics is really where Volunteers for Medicine really helped me out, because there's a lot of expensive types of scans, there's a lot of expensive types of blood work and other kinds of tests that I really wouldn't have been able to afford otherwise.
Also, not only did they find out that I have lupus at Volunteers of Southern Nevada and send me to a wonderful rheumatologist, they found I had a mass in my belly. 3 days ago, it burst and I went to the hospital, and from them sending me to the rheumatologist and then putting me on the steroids for the lupus, just little ones, because I'm allergic to all kinds of medicine now, it did something, and most of the mass is out of me now.
They really try to work with you and everything, and I think they care. That's one thing that makes a difference to me.
When I first went in there and everything, they told me it took 3 to 6 months and everything, even to get into the processing interview. And they got me in the next day.
I think the way things are going right now, and due to this place and Dr. Coley and everybody here, I think he's going to be okay. I think because he's improving day by day, like I said.
In another year, just doing better how I am, you know. I don't want much, you know, just to be better than I am, healthier.
I don't think I would have even been able to get to this point if it wasn't for Volunteers of Medicine. I don't think I would have been probably broke by the time I knew that I needed. By the time I knew I had cancer, I probably wouldn't have had any money to buy insurance. Everybody I've talked to has been fantastic at Volunteers of Medicine. I've been incredibly impressed by how hard they work as volunteers.
She immediately put me on thyroid medicine, cholesterol medicine, my blood pressure medicines, and the things that I needed to get healthy.
I just thought I was just going to get like a little help with my RSD, and found out all this other stuff and had all these other major tests and all these diagnostic things and all these things that have saved my life.
Well, we're just glad that he has any kind of coverage. I don't think any of us think that we're going to be the ones that are going to need the receiving end of help, but we found that it can hit us all.
I used to be one of the people that I could afford to go to the doctor. I could afford the hospital. If my family was ill, I could put them in the hospital. You know, I could afford it. There are people who cannot.
I can't stress enough and how much they help people here.
The public needs this.
If you can help, please do.
Save people's lives, help people, because people aren't okay and people are sick, and there's no help out there for some of us. And without Southern Nevada, Volunteers of Southern Nevada, a lot of people would pass away and not be okay.